Hi there! Today going to learn about how to make tabs in our Wix website. So here I am in my Wix website and I will just add a section right here. And after that, we'll click on add elements and then we will navigate to box and then we will click on tabs. So from here, you have different choices in having your tabs in your website. So I'll just choose this one. I'll click on it. And then now we have our tab element in our Wix website. So we can stretch this out in order to stretch it to full width, and it will automatically adjust according to the size of your website, whether you're using it in your mobile phone or in your desktop or in your tablet. So from here we can customize our tab element by just clicking on the specific elements that we want to edit, and then we can change their respective data. So for example, I want to choose another tab. I will just go here and enter the specific tab that I want to go to. If you want to edit or add some more tabs in your tab element, you can just click on manage tabs, and then from here you can either duplicate another tab or you can add another tab by yourself. And then for example, I want to edit this one, so I'll just rename this into, for example, swimming, and then we can add our own text right here instead of copying. So I can just add here, and then I will attach it to the tab like that. And I can just adjust this. And for example, like that, I now have this swimming tab right here. So for example, I can go here and see all of my other tabs, and then once I click on swimming, we now have our newly created tab. And then for example, we also want to edit the arrangement of the tabs. We can go again to manage tabs, and then we can just simply drag and drop our tabs according to the placement or arrangement that we want to do. And for example, we want to delete a specific tab, we can just click on the three dots right here and click on delete. And then we can also choose a specific tab to be our default tab. For example, the Pilates tab, you can just click on this and then we can set this as default. So in that way, whenever you open the page, this will be the tab that will be automatically opened, even though it's in the last part of the arrangement of your tabs. If you want to edit the look of your tabs, you can either edit them one by one by just clicking on them and editing their customization tools, but you can also do it from here. For example, you want to change the layout, you can use the stretch layout so that your tabs look like that. It's stretched across the screen, or the default layout. You can also change some other things like the spacing between the tabs, the space between the tabs and the container, the horizontal padding, the vertical padding, and then overflow tabs. You can choose if they will be scrolling or they will be wrapped around the tabs if you have many tabs available. You can also change the space between rows. So since we only have one row, we won't be able to see that difference. And then if you want to change the design, you can go here and then you can hover on the different designs if you want to choose them. And then in ordering more specific details, we can go here to the design customization tools. For example, we want to change the background maybe into green, and then we will change the opacity into 100 so that the background of the tab section right here has a green background. And again, if you want to change the borders, corners right here, you can do so as well. If you want to add the shadow and the layout. So you can also choose the container in order to change its backgrounds, for example, like that. And then we now have a gray background for our tab section. And then from here, you can customize other things as well, such as the corners, borders, shadows, and padding. Then you can also choose the tab specifically. So you can edit the text if you want, the font style, the font size, and then again, borders, corners, and shadows. And for example, for the background, we'll change this into blue. And then we can now see the blue background for our tabs. And that is it for adding tabs in our Wix website. I hope you learned how to do it. And thank you for watching.